Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up. All right, y'all, let's dive right into it. Richard Sherman was arrested this week. Um, yeah, not good. So I get the alert on my phone from ESPN. I wasn't doing my due diligence on Twitter, but I got the message from ESPN that he was arrested for domestic violence. So I thought initially, because there wasn't really a report out, that usually that's not a good thing when you're arrested for domestic violence. Then the charges came out. Not good. And then other stuff came out, which I'll get to. So let me tell you the charges first on Richard Sherman, who, by the way, has never been in trouble in his career, that not that I know of. So this is kind of shocking for him, as an individual, as a player that's been pretty good in the NFL as far as not getting arrested, no trouble. I haven't heard anything, bad about Richard Sherman. But clearly, um, there's something going on there. So his charges were 2 domestic violence counts, criminal trespassing in the second degree, malicious mischief, I can't even pronounce that. And the third degree, along with resisting arrest, driving while under the influence, so a DUI, reckless endangerment of roadway workers. So I'm guessing he was drunk and driving in a construction zone, which is never a good thing. And I know he went to court on Friday and pled not guilty, which of course you got to plead not guilty, right? I mean, that's just the way it works, right? So, um, I know he came out recently and said, that he apologizes, he's a better person, etc. Um, then the video came out. Not good. First, the audio came out. And the audio, I was like, okay, it sounds like his wife's more concerned about him. He was talking about suicide, hanging himself, not good. Shooting himself, whatever the case was. I think it was hanging himself, shooting himself. That he drank 2 bottles of liquor, Hennessy, and something else. And he was trying to break in the house of her father. This is his wife, by the way. Then the video came out that I got to watch. And yeah, that's not good. He's basically trying to bulldoze the door down with his body, um, and calling her a bitch. Excuse my language, but I'm just recording what the video said. Um, I gotta say, thank God he didn't get in the door, because his mind clearly wasn't right, and this could have been way worse if he would have gotten in. Who knows what would have happened if, let's say, he got in that door. And I know I'm being, Tommy, you're being dramatic. Not really, because you don't know. Like, look at the video. He's ramming the door with his body. He is clearly pissed off and drunk and not himself. Something mentally went wrong there with Richard Sherman. If he got in the house and, let's say, the dad tried to, block him from doing whatever he's wanted to do, who knows, man? You're talking about an athlete here. He's not like, just some random dude. He's strong. Okay. No, even if he's drunk. Um, so, I talked about Richard Sherman last week about, would I want him on this team? And I said at the time, yeah, if the price is right, but I don't think it's going to happen, because I think he's going on name value, and I don't think he's worth probably what he's asking. And that's why he remains a free agent. And now that this came out, I would assume that he's going to have to drop his asking price. One, two, uh, with the video and the audio and all the charges, I don't know. I, I don't know if he'll play this season. Now, I know he's never been in trouble. Um, this is his first offense, I guess you could say, in the NFL, but that doesn't matter, right? Like, those are a lot of charges. Like, that's a pretty big deal what he did, right? Like, driving drunk in a construction zone or whatever could have killed somebody right there. Uh, Trying to bash down a door uh, that his wife's father's house. He resisted arrest. So who knows how that went? I guess a cop had to tackle him or something. Uh, and they're like I said, there's two domestic. So I'm sure some charges are going to get dropped. That's what they normally do, but they'll charge him with something like they'll dismiss something, but he has a lot to worry about, not only by the NFL but by the court system. Now, of course, sometimes these tend to drag on, um, but not looking good for Richard Sherman, especially at his age, uh, and trying to find a gig in the NFL right now, like a job. Uh, I think if there was anyone interested, they are not interested anymore. I highly doubt it. But I could tell you, listen, I work in a bar. I'm a security bouncer, whatever you want to call it. And I got to tell you this: a lot of people who drink alcohol, everyone's different. So they come in, and of course, this is saying this for everybody, right? Like everybody changes while drinking, but some change. I guess you could say everyone's different, right? So like you got people that come in my bar, let's say they come in, they're happy, and then 2 hours later, they are like pissed at the world, right? They hate the world, they hate life. It's like the alcohol triggers that. You got some people that are just talkative and really happy. You got people that are bipolar-ish, so they're happy and mad at the same time. So maybe this alcohol thing triggered something going on there mentally. All I can say is, you know, he probably needs some help with whatever's going on mentally. It's clearly the alcohol triggered whatever was going on in his mind. Okay, because that's not normal. Um, I don't care how many drinks you've had, acting like that. Um, there's something going on. Talking about killing yourself. Um, yeah, that's a problem. And I'm not you know shitting on Richard Sherman or this has nothing to do with me saying, "Hey, I told you so. That's why I didn't want to sign him." No, this is more like the man needs help. And I hope he gets it. So moving on to Buffalo Bills talk now. My main man, Ken Dorsey, got himself a promotion, folks. About damn time. Guy's been a quarterback coach since 2013. We are in 2021. This is his first time that the man's been like upgraded, right? To a different kind of level on the coaching tree, right? Um, I'm telling you guys right now, Ken Dorsey is going to be the next offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. There is no doubt in my mind that's going to happen, and it's probably going to happen next season. This is probably Brian Dable's last season as offensive coordinator. Um, and listen, I think Buffalo Bills fans, Bills Mafia, should be really excited about this. Ken Dorsey has done a lot uh, in the NFL for being a quarterback coach. Um, you can ask Cam Newton, who's already said that Ken Dorsey was a big reason why he had the numbers he put up. He's a big reason why he won the MVP. He's a big reason why Cam Newton averaged over 3,000 yards, 550 yards running throughout his time in Carolina when Ken Dorsey was the offensive coordinator. So it just makes sense that he makes the quarterback way better. Now, what he got promoted to was the passing game coordinator. Now you're going to say, Tommy, what the hell is a passing game coordinator? What does that do? So it's basically he has say on third downs and goal line, which is pretty big deal. So he's more involved basically in the offense rather than just being off quarterback coach. It's a big deal. It's a big step. It's also more money. Well deserved. So I'm telling you now, if Dable leaves, which he's going to, Dorsey already knows the system. He already knows what Josh Allen likes, what he doesn't like. He already knows the wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, all the young guys, right? He's been in that room, right? Now he's going to be even more involved. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you now, no need to worry. Dorsey's going to take care of this. And I'm telling you right now, if you think the offense is fun now, just wait until next season because it's going to get really exciting. Ken Dorsey is a smart man. Obviously, he didn't make it in the NFL as a quarterback. But, he's not gifted like Josh Allen as far as athletic. He doesn't have the arm. But he was 38-2 in college. He won a national championship. He was runner-up for the Heisman twice. You know what he has? Smarts. He's a smart man. He knows football. And that's the perfect ingredient for this team. This is exactly what you want leading the offense. A guy like Ken Dorsey. And I'm just so happy that they finally, gave this man his credit that I feel like he doesn't get. Like, I really do. Like, I feel like Brian Dable is getting so much credit for Josh Allen's growth as a quarterback. And I don't think it's all Dable. Matter of fact, I think Dable's maybe the lowest, like on that. Listen, I'll be honest. If I'm going to say who helped Josh Allen the most at this point, I would say Ken Dorsey. I would say Jordan Palmer. And then I would say Brian Dable. And I'll tell you why. One, since Ken Dorsey's been here as quarterback coach, his numbers already improved. There's no, you look at the stats, they don't lie. They have a great relationship. Also, Jordan Palmer constantly has been working with Josh Allen in the offseason, something that Dable obviously doesn't do until the training camp starts. Jose, hey, my friend Dable leaves, though he takes Mitch with him. Oh, for sure. Yes. Jose, great point. So that, by the way, I feel like is so perfect for Dable how that worked out. Mitch Trubisky, right? Like, come on. Like, more than likely, Dable's going to go to a team that needs help, right? They're going to, obviously, right? They're going to fire a coach. There's going to be an opening. There's going to be a reason why. More than likely, Dable's going to want a new quarterback for whatever team that is. More than likely. And who's he going to want to bring over? Trubisky. Of course. Because Trubisky, he's not as bad as many people say that Chicago Bears team was a bad team. I'm sorry to say. They had a decent defense the one year, but other than that, they've been pretty bad. And I believe he led them to the playoffs twice. So you can't really poo-poo on Mitch Trubisky. He's not that bad. He's still very young. He still has definitely a spot as a starting quarterback in this league for sure. And I could definitely see Brian Daboll taking Mitch Trubisky. No doubt about it. It would not surprise me. I mean, why would he come here on such a cheap deal? I'm not saying that like, they got together and said, hey, Daboll's leaving. And Mitch, if you come in on a cheap deal, you're going to go with Daboll. I'm not saying that, but it's just kind of funny how it might work out. That's all I'm saying, right? Like, so, but hey, good for him. But I listen, and I know many of you guys are going to hate me on this, but I've never been a huge Daboll fan. I lost a lot of Twitter followers because of this. I feel like Daboll is probably the worst. Or he's gotten a little better. I guess he's gotten a little better. The worst in-game offense coordinator, meaning like he doesn't make adjustments. So yeah, that's the word I'm looking. He's the worst in-game adjustment. So he can't adjust to the other team's defense like during halftime. For instance, we always fall apart in the second half. We did a lot better last season, no doubt, coming out of the second half, 100%. But it still was shaky at times, right? Like coming out of the second half. He's gotten a little better, but as far as in-game adjustments, Daboll's like frustrates the hell out of me. Like he goes in with a game plan and he sticks with it. It doesn't matter what the defense is throwing at us. He stays with it. He doesn't change anything during the game, and it just frustrates the hell out of me. Or sometimes he just thinks it's going to work. Prime example, man. I believe not last season, 2019, we played Philadelphia at home. Windy, super windy. Buffalo windy, right? Like, you guys, the new Madden game, by the way, they made Buffalo the home field advantage windy. Like, we have a different type of win in that stadium. It was a shitty day. I believe we had Shady still, I believe. No, I'm sorry, not Shady. We had Devin Singletary, who's still rushing very good. And what do? We pass the whole game practically. The moment we finally got Devin Singletary involved, he scored a touchdown. But by then it was too late. What did Philly do against us? They ran. They killed us on the. Of course, because you couldn't pass in that weather. I know Josh Allen has a cannon arm. I get it. But good Lord, like, come on, man. Like, you're in Buffalo. You were born there, Brian Daboll. You should know better. So it's just stuff like that, man. The halftime adjustments, they just frustrate the hell out of me. They do. Leslie Frazier is a good in-game adjustments. He does perfect at that. I think he does. Okay, halftime, they're beating us on this. Okay, he switches it up. The defense gets maybe they rush a little better. Maybe they drop back a zone. Like he does his job. I feel like the defense has never really, done terrible coming out the second half. I feel like the offense has always stalled coming out in the second half. I mean, and that's Daboll, man. That is Daboll. Also, that's one point. Second, I still feel like he handcuffs Josh Allen. I still feel like he doesn't trust Josh Allen 100%. I feel like, especially during the playoffs this last season, that I don't know what the hell that was, by the way, on offense. I felt like he handcuffed Josh Allen again. We played a totally different style of offense compared to the regular season. We were trying to run the ball all of a sudden, which we didn't do that all regular season. It didn't work. Now you're going to change it up. Now you're going to play it safe. There was no jet sweeps to Isaiah McKenzie. Where was that? Anybody know? Because I didn't see anything. It was just bad. Like the offense, that wasn't what I watched all season. That was not what I watched. That playoff run. I'm sorry. I'm super happy we beat the Colts. Super happy we beat the Ravens. But I feel like those games were just too close. I feel like we should have beaten them by more. The Kansas City game, which is blows my mind, and I'll continue to talk about this. And it could be on McDermott too. Now, I get that. McDermott has say in the offense, no doubt about it. But game planning the second time against Kansas City, the same thing. We're going to run the ball. We're going to keep our game plan is to keep Mahomes off the field. And we're just going to kill the clock. No, man, that's not what we do. That's not how we played all season. Like, I was not expecting that. I honestly thought that game was going to be just coming down to the fourth quarter, the last 2 minutes, whoever had the ball. I honestly thought that because I knew our defense last season could not hold down that Kansas City team. I just knew it. So the only way we could have beat Kansas City is to go toe-to-toe with them. I'm talking about they score, we score. They score, we score. They score. I mean, that's how it should have been. But no. We want to put TJ Yeldon in, who hasn't even played most of the regular season, to kill the clock. And then we're playing it safe on fourth down. I mean, golly, man, like that was just so disappointing. That was so disappointing because we were better than that. We were better. We were better than what we showed. 100%. But listen, live and learn. I think all these coaches, especially McDermott too, is learning as a head coach, right? I mean, it's not like McDermott's been a head coach for that long. He's been in the league a while, sure, as a defense coordinator, but has he been a head coach for that long? No. So these are all kind of new, right? So the Texans game the year before in the playoffs, we learned from that. Josh learned from that, right? Which once again, I felt like we were kind of handcuffing Josh a little bit there, but I get that in a way. Like, I get that. Josh is still young. It was his first playoff run. You want to play it safe. Okay. But this past season, I felt like Josh proved himself. He broke records. He was runner-up for MVP, and you're going to hold him back in the playoffs? Really? I mean, where was our wide receiver sets in that Kansas City? That 4 or 5 receiver set that we were playing all year? Where was that? It was lost. Like, it wasn't there. It's just, I mean, go back. I'm telling you guys, go back and watch that Kansas City game. I know it's painful, but go back and watch it. Tell me that game is the way we played all season long. It's not. There's just no way. It wasn't. So I hope to God Dable this season, let's Josh be Josh. Let him do what he has to do. Let the handcuffs totally off now. And I kind of believe they did by not re-signing Matt Barkley. Let me see what you're saying. I'm sorry, Jose. Does Josh look nervous playing the Chiefs to you? No, he didn't. I'll tell you what, though. I felt like the Texans game, the first playoff, yeah, like you could see it. Like he mentally broke down. Like the moment maybe was too big for him. And I kind of feel like even like home games, like his first rookie season, even entering 2019, I kind of felt like he was like his emotions were just a little bit too much, man. I almost felt like he played better on the road because it wasn't he wasn't so like worked up, right? Like to try to please the home crowd, so maybe he just got a little bit anxiety. I don't know. And that's normal. Like, no doubt. He's a young kid. But last season, no. I don't think so. I think he was fine. I just felt like the offensive play calling was trash. In my opinion, it was not what I watched all season. And of course, you could say the argument, well, Kansas City brung the heat. They blitzed. They did this. They did that. Okay, listen. Kansas City was been beaten. They played bad. Cleveland almost beat them. The Browns. Like, come on, man. We're better than the Browns. I know we don't have the running attack, but they held them. They held them on offense. They held them. Tampa Bay held them, right? They did everything. I don't know what the hell we were doing, man. I just don't. Like, on offense. I'll talk about the defense later. I'm going to get into that. But offensively, that was not Buffalo Bills football in the playoffs. That whole run. No way. Moving on. So I got a couple worries this season, like positions. Only two, really. Offensive line and the cornerback position. Offensive line. Shaky. Listen. Love Darrell Williams. I love that we re-signed him. I think he's we got lucky with Darrell Williams, by the way. We got really lucky. I don't think anyone expected that. I don't even think Darrell Williams was expected to start last season. And he played his ass off, and he was probably our best offensive lineman last season. Then he got Deion Dawkins. Love Deion Dawkins. I'm glad they paid him. He's still young. He holds his spot down. Good. Okay. Mongo. Feliciano. Love Feliciano. That dude, man, he's just an animal out there. He is our best run blocker, no doubt about it. It showed when he missed the first 6 or 7 games of the season. When he came back, our rush attack got a little better. He's a bulldog out there, no doubt about it. I heard some people saying, he's our worst free agent pickup as far as re-signings. No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about when you said that, but that's false. No, absolutely not. A good offensive linemen are so tough to get in this league. They are. I think that's like one of the toughest positions to get quality, like, offensive linemen, like good, a good offensive line, like from left guard to right guard, right? It's just very difficult. Very difficult. But here's where it gets shaky. Mitch Morse. Overpaid. Let's be real. Overpaid. He's okay when he starts. He's good. Good to average to good. But, man, it's like, how many games will he play till he gets hurt again or concussion? Like, that's the problem with Mitch Morse, man. Like, I can't trust that he'll be on the field all season. Right? I can't. So I automatically am saying he's going to be probably out some part of the season. Like, he'll be out for sure. Like, it's going to happen. If not, maybe by preseason or training camp. Remember, he got hurt when we first signed him. He got hurt right away, got a concussion. And I think we were just starting training camp. We just started, and he already got a concussion. And I'm like, why? Why? If you knew he had a history of concussions, why the hell would you make him like the highest paid center at the time? I mean, I get it because you're trying to, like, it was good for Josh Allen to have a guy back there hiking the ball that you can rely on, is smart, but Jesus, you got to be on the field. So that worries me. And then Cody Ford, they don't know where to put him. They have no idea. He's all over the place. Like, I mean, I'm going to read this, like, the offensive line. Like, honestly. Like, this, it really worries me. So, we got, let's see here. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who could take over Cody Ford. Who might. They got Bobby Hart, who's been in the league a little while, and Forrest Lamp. Forrest Lamp, though, plays left guard. Cody Ford plays right, I guess. He plays right tackle, too. I guess. He's all over the place. Like they can't find a home for Cody Ford, and I think they're desperate because he's a second round pick, man. Like, and we moved up, we traded up to get him. Like, they're just like, I think they're just like praying to God he works out in a certain position, and it hasn't, man. It hasn't, and it's just so frustrating. I don't think he'll be on the team next season. I don't. Like, I think they're gonna have to give up on him. Like, honestly. And then we got the rookies that came in. They're intriguing. I will say that they are intriguing. They're freaking huge. Where man, I'm gone blank here. Okay, the Jack Anderson guy, which is freaking huge, but he may not make the team, guys. Doesn't he kind of look like what's his name? Richie Incognito. If you look at that guy and tell me he doesn't look like Richie. Oh, Spencer Brown. I'm sorry, Spencer Brown. I kind of don't be shocked if Spencer Brown winds up getting a starting nod midway through the season. He looks promising. He does. He's a former basketball player. For a big guy, he can bend really good, which is really good for offensive linemen. Offensive linemen have a really tough time bending, and he doesn't have a tough time with that. Former basketball player, he bends really well. That's like the good thing. He also had a really good in college. They did the last game, the pro game, whatever the hell they do. He had like a really, really good college, like last whatever the hell they did. He was invited and he stood out. So I think I can see him starting. I can. Now cornerback. Oh man, another shake. I was shocked that they didn't draft a cornerback. That they went back to back offensive lineman, back to back defensive edge. I kind of got the edge picks, I guess. I mean, like, I'm glad they got Rousseau. Like, I was cool with that. Like, I think Rousseau's going to be a beast. Boogie, I think he could be good too. But man, like, I don't know, man. I felt like you could have grabbed. There were still decent cornerbacks available right there in the second round. You went back to back edge rusher. Like, I don't know, man. And then you went back to back offensive lineman. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of felt like Brandon B maybe messed up there, like a little bit, especially when we needed a cornerback. So right now, we got Trey White, which obviously all pro, no problem. Like, duh. Like, like I love Trey White. Then you got Levi Wallace. Okay, Levi Wallace, he's a good backup. He's a good second corner. No doubt. Like, he can hold his own. Sometimes he's shaky out there, no doubt. Then you got Dane Jackson, who's young, right? He's still working on getting better. Teron Johnson, who made some big plays, obviously, in the playoffs. But both guys still are, like, kind of learning, right? Like, I kind of wish we just man, I really hope they go out and get Steven Nelson. I think he would be perfect for this Bills roster. He's been around. He's put up decent numbers. He played in Pittsburgh, well coached. I was saying, man, get this guy over Richard Sherman. No doubt about it. Get Steven Nelson. We need another corner in this room and a kind of a veteran. And I guess you can kind of say Levi's a veteran now, but not really. I don't know, man. Like, if Steven Nelson came in, I think Steven Nelson would take Levi's job as far as the second corner. Levi be number 3. But we'll see if that even happens. I have no idea what Steven Nelson wants. He's a free agent for a reason. We'll see. But those two positions, I got to say, man, that worries me. It does, man. Like, especially for, like, the run blocking again. Because it's the same offensive line. The only difference is they're all coming healthy this season, right? Which is a big deal. It is. So we'll see. Maybe Cody Ford could figure it out, right? Maybe they put him in right guard. I don't know, or maybe Spencer Brown, right? Maybe Forrest Lamp. Maybe it works out better than I thought. I don't. Preseason will tell a lot. It will. I'm excited for preseason, by the way. It's the first preseason I can honestly say, like, I'm kind of excited because we have a deep roster and some of these guys, man, they're not going to make the team, man. And it's exciting to see these guys compete, man. It really is. Sorry, Jose. Let me see what you're saying. I live right next to Paxton. I've talked to the people. Oh, Boogie? Yeah. I like Boogie. Like, I'm not saying Boogie's bad. I'm not saying that at all. I think Boogie, um, I think I think he'll do good in this league, no doubt. Um, I think Gregory though, Rousseau has more of a ceiling. I do. Um, and I think he's gonna be scary good. I think Boogie is he's played more college. So maybe he's more ready to start in the NFL than Rousseau. We'll see. We'll see that. Like I said, that's how the preseason goes. If Rousseau's tearing it up, I don't know. I don't know Jerry Hughes. I don't know Mario Addison. I'm just saying. I don't care if the guy has only played one college season. All I care about is sacking that quarterback, making plays, man. Same with Boogie, but I just feel like Rousseau has more of an upside than Boogie. And then also, like I said, I didn't really understand the back-to-back edge picks when we could have got a pretty good corner that was still available at the time. There was a couple that was out there. But it's cool, man. Listen, man, and Bean we trust, right? Like, I'm not gonna kill he's gotten this far, right? Like I can't complain. Like we were listen, I've been a fan since '89. And we had a great team for like those 89 to like 96, 97 maybe. And boy, did it go downhill. And boy, were the GMs bad. And boy, were the coaches terrible. And it was miserable. But I'm a diehard Bills fan. I can't stop watching. Every year's the year, right? This is the season, right? We're gonna do it this season. And like, six, 6-9, whatever, 6-10. Yikes. So it's just like, just thank God we got a good GM and a good coaching staff. That's where it starts, man. Like, so yeah. So I'm not. Listen, I'll trust his picks, man. I'm gonna trust his picks. Um, moving on. Um, two games that worry me in this season, and I'm gonna explain why. Um, the Kansas City Tennessee game. So at the Chiefs, at Tennessee, back to back. I love the schedule, by the way. We have a really good schedule. Like the NFL hooked us up this season. I'm not going to lie. Like the first four games, we're home three of the first four. The last four games, we're home three of the last four games. Like, wow. Like, thank you, NFL. Like, that was really good. The two really toughest games are in the kind of the middle when we play at Kansas City and at Tennessee. So on a Sunday night and a Monday night. They worry me because not so much because they're tough, but because we're going to give it listen, that Kansas City game, which is the first one, we're going to give it our all. Like, I'm telling you now, like, I know that you say you give it all every Sunday, but trust me, that's a different game. Everybody knows that. Okay. They're going to throw everything out there. And I'm telling you right now, those players are going to be freaking exhausted. And I know that Sunday to Monday, we got the extra day, but then you're playing Tennessee at Tennessee. By the way, at Kansas City, loud crowd, right? Like, I mean, they're a good team. They're a fast team. Then you got at Tennessee, which, by the way, I would say more Bills Mafia goes to that stadium. So I'm not going to even say they have home field advantage, I guess, because Bills Mafia runs Tennessee. That's just a fact. We kind of run almost every stadium pretty much. I mean, there's a few that we don't, but we still show up like in buses, man. So, but anyways, at Tennessee, then you got to deal with Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, and I mean, yeah, then you're gonna say, okay, well, their quarterback Ryan Tannehill, he's whatever. No, I mean, he's not. Listen, he's a solid starting quarterback in this league. Is he Josh Allen? No. Right? Is he Aaron Rodgers? No. Tom Brady? No, of course not. But is he better than Derek Carr? I think so. Is he better than Tua? Yes. Is he better than a lot of quarterbacks? Yes, he is. So he's serviceable. He can win in this league. He's proven that. That's going to be a tough game, back to back. So those kind of games, those worry me, and the reason why I say that because let's say we lose both. Let's say we do. I'm not saying we will, but let's say we do. Man, like 2 in a row, that's tough. Then you got to go back and get your shit together, go on and get this winning streak back. The Tampa game at Tampa doesn't really worry me. Listen, by that time, I really feel like we'll have wrapped up the East. I think the East is ours. I think like there's no. I think New England, Miami, and the Jets are doomed. I'm sorry. I think the Jets are just god awful. Look at their quarterback that they just drafted. I feel terrible for him. He has no veteran backups. Like I've never even heard of their backups before. Like good luck. Like wow. Like the Jets are so poorly ran. I feel really bad for them. Like I feel bad for that quarterback because he's gonna like man. Like I'm sure Sam Darnold's like thank God. Like thank God I am out of this situation. Good luck, buddy. Like like good luck, dude. Like that's bad. I think New England is going to wind up switching their quarterback midway through the season, and I think they drafted the wrong guy. But that's just my opinion. I just don't feel like I feel like pocket passer quarterbacks. There's very few in this league that are left. I think the game's evolved. I think that guy's slow as molasses. He's going to get killed out there. They still have no help at wide receiver. Sure, they got 2 tight ends, but come on, man. Is Tom Brady there throwing to him? He's not. Cam Newton, for as much as he says he feels 100% now, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Cam Newton wears down, 6, 7 games in this season. It's just facts lately. Like, it's been like that for the past, 3 or 4 seasons with Cam Newton. He can't stay healthy. His arm turns into, like, a noodle arm. I don't know what the hell's going on there. So, man, good luck, New England, because I'm telling you, they'll be lucky if they win 8 games. I'm telling you, it's the same team as last. They got no help. They did nothing. They overpaid once again on free agents. And then Miami, Tua. They don't. Do they even trust Tua? Like honestly, I can see Tua getting pulled once again. For Jacoby Brissett in the 4th quarter. See it happening all over again. And if that happens, they're drafting another quarterback next season. They got to, because that's clearly not your guy. So yeah, man, I think we're gonna run away with the division. I do. So by the time the Tampa game creeps up, I don't think it's gonna matter, win or lose. I really don't. So I don't think that game doesn't worry me. It's towards the end of the season. And then after that, we're 3 or 4 at home, man. Like, we got this. Like, I just don't like schedules. Man, look at the schedule. It's unbelievable. It's awesome. I love the schedule. Okay. I want to talk real quick on I really think Josh Allen will win the MVP this season. I do. So he was runner up. I think he got a couple votes last season. And Aaron Rodgers, who won it, well, Aaron Rodgers still isn't playing. Still wasn't said if he's even going to play for the Packers. I think Tom Brady's finally getting there. Um, so I don't think he'll be like in the MVP race. I just don't. I think, you know, I just don't think so. I think it's going to come down to Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And I think Josh Allen still hasn't reached his ceiling. I think Josh Allen is still getting better. And it's scary. It is, man. That's why you better pay the man. You better pay the man now. Get it over with because it's going to be a cheaper deal than waiting. I'm telling you right now. If you wait too long and you go into that fifth season, he's going to want more money. It's just how it works. I always say that. You pay him because listen, this is how it goes, guys. Like quarterbacks look at what other quarterbacks make and then they want more. It's just the way it works. I think Josh will probably get about 45 a season. I think they're going to probably sign him for like a six-year deal. I think, but we'll see. I'm not, I'm not like perfect at that stuff, but I can see him anywhere from 40 to 45. And then of course, bro, like Brandon Bean, he's a fucking, excuse my language. He's a genius, and he'll work out the deal. It might even seem huge, like a huge deal, but it'll make sense at the end of the day. It, like Brandon Bean knows what the hell he's doing. Like we won't be stuck, not be able to sign players. Like he knows what the hell he's doing. Trust me. He's going to get that deal done, and you'll get the Edmonds deal done as well. And if he doesn't get the Edmonds deal done, I'm still not worried about that. Like I like Edmonds, no doubt about it, and I still think he's so young. By the way, I think he's like 22. I think Boogie is older. Can you believe that? Boogie Basham, I believe, is older than Tremaine Edmonds. That's wild. That's how young Tremaine Edmonds is. So, man, and he's been a starter since we got him. So it tells you a lot. Yes, he needs to still do more work. He needs to get work in. He needs to improve on stuff, no doubt. But, you know, I think they like him, man. I think they will sign him. But if they don't, you can always go back into the draft, man. You can. The draft. That's the good thing about the draft. There's always good players out there, man, for the first 3 rounds. So I'm not stressing it. Just get the Josh Allen deal done first, and then hopefully get the trade done. Get Edmonds signed. So yeah. So I think Allen. The thing about Allen, what I love about Allen, and a lot of people, they want to just talk about Josh Allen. His big arm. He's athletic. He can run. But I think it's a little bit more than that, man. I think the guy has a humongous heart for like the team. He wants to win so bad. Like he goes, he does so much to improve himself in the offseason that he doesn't need to do. And he does it. Like he's hard on himself, man. He really is. Like he takes that shit personal. That he was missing wide receivers in 2019 on deep balls. Trust me, he went and saw like some specialist to fix his mechanics, and sure enough, it worked. Right? Oh yes, Jose, thank you. Speaking on that, which I'm going to get to that too. By the way, Jose, I'm going to talk on that in a minute. But yeah, back to the Allen thing. So he does a lot to improve himself that he doesn't need to do in the off season. And it just he has like a warrior mentality, man. Like I swear to you, man, like I have not seen that in another quarterback in a long time, man. Like, and I know I'm sounding like a homer. I get that. But I'm telling you, man, like this kid's special, man. He's special. And we're freaking lucky that we drafted him, man. Can you imagine if we got Josh Rosen? Oh my God. Like, or any one of those guys. Honestly, anyone. I don't give a shit. I don't want Lamar Jackson. Okay, Lamar's fast, can run around. But has he reached the ceiling? Is that what Lamar Jackson's about? I think so, man. I think what you saw in 2019 is what you get, man, with Lamar. I think that's it. That is it. And I'm not saying that's bad. But what you see him with Josh, he's not even at a ceiling yet. He's not even there. And look what he did. Look what he's done. Look at his numbers. Look at the improvement each season. People don't understand. I think the guy's probably the most gifted quarterback in the NFL. Those are just facts, man. I'm sorry. I'm looking around all the quarterbacks right now. You're going to tell me there's another quarterback with the ability of Josh Allen, with the size of Josh Allen, with the heart of Josh Allen, with the arm, even the speed for his size? Dude, I mean, now I will say this. I will say this. I really hope that they, in time, when the years go on, they limit his running. Because if you want to look back at a player he's compared to, and I know it sucks, you're talking about comparing players. You should never do that. But Cam Newton is a prime example. Cam Newton was a freakish athlete. He's about Josh Allen's same size. He can run. He's a big dude. Like, you're not taking him down with a single player. He can bulldoze you over. And Allen, as we all know, has done that, right? Look at the Dolphin game last season when he tried to bulldoze two players, right? My problem is it's going to take a toll on him. It will. He's human, right? For as much as we don't think he's human, he is. And these hits will take a toll on his body, man. They just will. And honestly, it's look what happened I believe his rookie season when a player just hit his shoulder, man, and he was out like 3-4 games. It can happen, man. So I'm not saying limit his running, but I'm saying per season you you can't run him as much. You gotta protect him. Why do you think Tom Brady has lasted so long in this league? Because he's protected and he's smart. He knows how to move around in that in the pocket and not get hit. Right? The one time he got slammed was I forget who hit him on the Buffalo Bills. Who just took his helmet right off. And he learned his lesson pretty quick there, right? How to run. I forget who did it, man, but boy, oh boy, man, dude. If a player did that today to Tom Brady, he'd be suspended for a year. Like I'm not even joking. So, and there was no penalty on that play, right? So, yeah, they gotta limit, gotta limit the running as he gets older. Is all I'm saying. Because listen, Josh does some things that worry the shit out of me sometimes. Like last season, he got his knee bent backwards. I'm like, oh no, and man, he came out. He didn't even miss a play. Or, I mean, damn. So yeah, he has to. They have to limit that as the seasons go on because it's just. And I know Josh will still probably want to run because that's Josh, right? Josh just wants to win, but eventually they'll tell him, dude, like we need you. We need you on this team. We need you playing. Like, don't worry, we'll get back out there again. Calm down, bud. But anyways, so yeah, so Jose, getting to your point, I want to talk about the 2020 season just real quick. And there's a few things that kind of bug me. Fans, right? Like the first thing is the Devin Singletary situation. It really, it really bothers me, man. Like, listen, Devin Singletary's rookie season, I kind of felt like Bills fans were disappointed right away with the pick. I wasn't. By the way, I tweeted out days, maybe weeks before that they should draft Devin Singletary in the third round. Like, I had a feeling he would be in the third round, and I felt like he was one of the best backs coming into the NFL because look what he did as a college runner. I mean, yeah, he wasn't the greatest speed, but man, he's so elusive. So I thought, man, who third round? Like, yes, get this guy if he's there. And they did. And I was so happy, right? Like I saw this guy in college, man. Go look at his college film, man. This guy was a beast. Um, so what did he do his rookie season? We had we had Frank Gore, an old veteran running back who initially was our starter. I didn't really understand that, but maybe that was more to like get Singletary, going in the NFL, get showing him the ropes, whatever. Like, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? And that was cool. I wasn't hating that, but we didn't really give him the rock much in the beginning, right? Like, watch those games. So they got week 1, the Jets. We played terrible. That was a bad game. Go look back at that game, and you're gonna go, "What the hell is going on?" Like that game was down to the wire. And how did they get there? Because Devin Singletary finally got the ball and made like big plays. He did like 20-yard runs, 15-yard runs, 12-yard run. Like he was making it happen. He was the spark in that game that nobody really wants to talk about. Then they finally get him the ball a little bit. Then he got hurt, missed a couple games. Then he came back, and Dable, I kind of felt like was okay. Let's get him the ball more. Let's get him the ball more. Listen, he finished with 750 yards, man. He averaged 5.1 a carry. He led the league in average. With Derrick Henry, he was tied, but whatever. Led the league. Still led the league. And fans, I remember that season, were mad at Dable for not running the ball more, for not giving Devin Singletary the ball more. Why aren't you running Devin Singletary? Right? So Bills fans were loving Devin Singletary week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then the offseason comes. We draft Zach Moss. I like Zach Moss. Oh, we got a good deal. 3rd round, Zach Moss. Good college film. Little bulldozer. Kind of reminds me of Devin Singletary, except he's not as elusive. Just facts. And I said, okay, this is a cool little back for Devin Singletary in RB2. Perfect. A little bulldozer dude. By the way, Devin Singletary is not scared of taking a hit. He can run people over too. He's not just because he's 5'7" doesn't mean he's a twig. Dude's like 210 pounds. Like he's 5'7", 210. Dude, he's a big dude. Like weight wise. Like he's a little bowling ball himself. So all of a sudden, Bills Mafia was saying Zach Moss should be the starter. What? Yeah, the guy hasn't even played a down in the NFL. He hasn't played a down. We didn't even have training camp because of COVID. He didn't do, and there was no preseason. How do you know what this guy's going to do? You're already saying, oh, there's rumors. Sean McDermott wants him to play. He trusts Zach Moss more than Devin Singletary. What? Why? Why would he trust Zach Moss more than what? That makes no sense. That makes zero sense. That would be like if we draft. Okay, perfect example. Marquez Stevenson. By the way, I like Marquez Stevenson. I think he's going to be a good kick returner. But that'd be like saying right now, if I got on Twitter and was like, Marquez Stevenson better than Gabriel Davis, he should start right now. I think the coach, I think he likes him better, whatever. But it makes no sense. If you get to see him play, like that blew my mind. Like I just think fans saw the tape, saw the film, and we're like, whoa. But by the way, every college film that they do on these drafts, they all look good. All of them. Even the 7th rounders. They all look special because they probably are. They're going to the NFL regardless of what round they go in. But that doesn't mean that they're going to make it in the NFL. That doesn't mean they're better than the guy that's already been playing. So, like, that was unbelievable to me. that fans were already saying that. And I can understand if Singletary was on the team already 3 seasons and he was okay. He did 700 one season, 400 the next, 500. He's okay. Fine. Hey, I'll take that. I could take that argument. Okay. I guess. Even then, I still haven't seen Zach Moss, but fine. You're done with Devin. He's already played 3 or 4 seasons. You're ready to move on as a fan. Okay. But dude, he just finished his rookie season with almost 1,000 yards. He led the league in average. What the hell do you want? Like, hello? Like, really, man? Like, fans, stop it already with that. You're not going to do that. And, like, honestly, you would never do that with Josh Allen. You would never do that with Stephon Diggs. Okay, I get, by the way, the Dawson Knox thing. Okay, fine. Dawson Knox been in the league now. 3 seasons. And okay, I get it. Like, fine, I'll get that. We draft tight end. I'm done with Dawson. Let's bring this new tight end. Okay, fine. I'll take that argument. But Jesus, man, the guy just played 1 season, did pretty well. Like, you're already, get him out of there. Like, are you serious right now? Like, that just killed me. So that's one thing. 2, because of COVID, Corona, whatever you want to call it, we had no off season. We had barely any training camp. By the way, the training camp we had, it was like garbage. Like, come on, man. Like, players that stand 6 feet away from each other. Cold mask. We're gonna do everything on TV, on computer. We're gonna talk and do our plays. That was not like, and I'm not saying it's just us. I get it. Every team had to go through the same thing, but not every team had players opt out. Like Jose said, Star opted out, right? Not every team had no fans in the stadium, right? Some stadiums had fans. We had none, right? So home field advantage, not there, right? Offensive linemen were coming in hurt, right? No Feliciano, right? We had some guy that was terrible. I can't even think of his name. So bad. Came from the Jets. I forget his name. I really don't even want to know his name because he was so freaking bad. I wish I can remember, but I can't. But anyways, god awful. Had so many penalties. Like, it blew my mind. We could not run block for anything at all. Then our defense, which I'll be honest, this made no sense, and it frustrated me too. Well, by like week 4, players are coming out that been here, by the way, Jordan Poyer, Mike Hyde, saying we're still trying to find our identity. What? Whoa. What? It's not like we had a new defensive coordinator or a bunch of new players on the team. Like, this was a returning defense, like, identity. Like, dude, like, I get Star was missing, no doubt. No doubt that hurt. That hurt Ed Oliver, and I think Ed Oliver's going to have a way better season now that Star's back, by the way. Way better. But where's the excuse on the rest of the team? Like, honestly, like, where's the excuse on the corners to say all, like, giving up that many points? Like, going from a top 5 defense to the middle. Ugh, like, identity. Like, that was no excuse. I didn't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that again. Because that's not, if that's the case, then Frazier has to go. Frazier has to go then, because clearly, like, what did you do, Frazier? Like, did you switch something up that we're unaware of? Are we playing a 3-4? I mean, what are we doing? Like, this is the same defense that you've been here 3 seasons as coordinator. Sean McDermott's he's a defensive coach. Like, I don't get what happened there. Like, I really don't. Like, that there was no excuse there. Like, we were a veteran defensive team running with excuses about identity. I would have much rather them say, look, We had no training camp. We had no OTAs. We had no preseason. And yeah, we're a little rusty. I would have took that. I swear to God, I would have took that more of an excuse, which I think is the real excuse why that defense was shaky and no star. And if you look really at those games, we played better at the end. We did. I would say the last 5 games, our defense improved. It was kind of like we got our legs, even though you figured the legs would be back by like week 2, week 3, but maybe it just took a minute. I mean, like I get it. Like it was a weird season with the defense. Now going into this season, I will say that helped. That helped the offense out. So it is interesting now that we got 100% capacity. So Josh Allen now, instead of a quiet stadium, is going to have that loud stadium. I would hope that the coaches are blasting those speakers in training camp and getting that offense ready, because it's going to be is no more quiet time, right? There is no crowd, like like last season, no crowd there. You can hear your play calls, everything's smooth. It ain't like that. Not this season. 100% capacity. That includes home games. Home games get just as loud, especially in Buffalo. We ain't quieting down for nobody, even though we should. And I know Josh Allen could be like waving, hey, quiet. It ain't working, man. Bills Mafia gets a rocking, they get a rocking, and they get going. Right? It's just how it goes in Buffalo, man. So, Josh, man, like, get some Bose, fix those speakers in that helmet so you can hear the play calls. So, because this is a different season, man. Like, like the crowds are back, man. So get ready. I think our defense will be ready this season. And like I said, like Jose brung up, Star coming back is huge. Star does need to put some weight on, by the way, though. He lost some weight. Um, he's a defense tackle. Needs to get a little bigger. Got to get a little bigger. We need big boys in that spot. I will say, Harrison Phillips worries me too. I could see Harrison Phillips not making the team. I think Zimmer could beat him out in preseason, man. I do. Maybe he makes the team, but as practice squad or not dressed or something like that. But man, like Harrison Phillips has been a disappointment, man. Great guy, does a lot for charity, does a lot for the city. But boy, like that's another player. I'm just like, whew, boy. And yeah, man. So also one more thing I want to tell you guys, man. This is a special time to be a Buffalo Bills fan. You guys, maybe it hasn't really soaked in yet, but we're building a dynasty here, man. We are building a dynasty. Like what Brandon Beane is putting in place for us, for Bills fans that we've been missing out on for years and years, is finally coming together. It's finally like the pieces are fitting. Like it's just unbelievable, man. And it probably hasn't soaked in yet, but this is a special team. And not only that, Brandon Beane re-signed, got a new contract. He'll be here a while. Sean McDermott re-signed. He'll be here a while. Ken Dorsey, love him. I believe he'll be our next offensive coordinator. He'll be here probably a while. Defensive coordinator, we'll see who's available, because I think Frazier's leaving as well. And I love Frazier, man. I think Frazier's going to be a hell of a coach again still in this league. I thought he was okay when he coached for Minnesota. I think Dable's going to be a disappointing coach. I'm sorry, but we'll see. But anyways, I think McDermott will have to find the right guy to fit his style. Because remember, one thing about McDermott, he gets heavily involved in the defense. So the coach is going to have to understand that. Whoever's coming in is going to have to work really well with McDermott. So I'll trust them. Trust me. They're going to bring in the right guy. They're not going to bring in some guy they're just going to let go. Like it's not going to work out. Or, they're going to have two different points of view on how the defense should be ran. They'll make it work. So, man, exciting times to be a Bills fan. But hey, guys, thanks for hopping on. Bills Mafia #1. I really appreciate you guys. Jose, I'm sorry. What'd you say? Did you see those pics of Phillips? He got so much bigger and less Photoshop. Blah, blah. He looks so much bigger. Um, I didn't see. Uh, I didn't see the recent pictures of Harrison Phillips. It- my big problem with Harrison Phillips is a couple things. He did okay his rookie season. A lot of fans say, "Oh, he had a great rookie season. He had a really good rookie season." Eh, he had an okay rookie season, and then nothing to write home about. The following season, he gets hurt. He doesn't play as much, right? And then you got the net. Then you got last season. He's being benched. Like, I don't remember a single play in his career that was like a defining moment in a game. Like, he made the big sack. Like, think about it. Like, Justin Zimmer came in last season. I didn't even know who the hell Justin Zimmer was. I'll be real with you guys. I had no freaking clue who Justin Zimmer was. And what does Justin Zimmer do? He saves us the game that we probably would have lost against New England. I didn't see Harrison Phillips doing that. No, it was Justin Zimmer who came in, strip sack Cam Newton, right? Or whatever, not strip sack. I'm sorry. Newton was running, and he still sacked him. Not sacked him. I keep saying sack. He tackled him, and he stripped the ball, and we won the game because of that. We may have lost that game, and that would have been terrible, losing that terrible team. Thank God for Justin Zimmer. But my point is, Justin Zimmer came in out of nowhere and has more plays, I think, made already than Harrison Phillips. And those are facts. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Preseason is going to be crazy for these guys trying to make the roster, man. Wide receiver room is full. Wide receiver room is crazy full, by the way. Crazy full. So it's going to be interesting, man. But hey, guys, thanks again for watching. I went over an hour, but it was so much fun. Jose, thank you, man. You were like the only one chatting. I really appreciate you hopping on. Bills Mafia #1. And I am out, and I'll be here every Saturday, by the way, at 7 o'clock. I used to be at 8. Now I'm going to 7. This is better timing. Peace.